Okay, joining me now from Istanbul in Turkey is Siyavash Sultani Hemat, Secretary General of the Iran National Front and a political analyst. Mr. Hemat, thank you very much indeed for joining us. Great to have you with us on Prime Time. Iran says this is self-defense, purely in response to US actions. What is Tehran's current military strategy? Is it focused around purely self-defense, or is it something more proactive, do you think?
Well, I think the main strategy of them is to raise cost for the U.S. Suffers. You know, the whole this blockade by the U.S. caused to the revenues of the regime from oil to be decreased dramatically. Reuters said that about 70 millions of oil barrels are right now stuck in the Persian Gulf. And because of that, they cannot sell their oils. And so when they could not sell their oils, it would have caused to shortage of hard currency. And so comes to the economy. And the results would be weaker real, more expensive imports, and raising costs for ordinary people. So I think the main strategy of them is to raise the cost for US to either lift or weaken the blockade because it actually threatens their oil revenues, hard currency, and ability to manage the domestic economy.
Yes, and Siyavash, as I said at the top of the show, it does feel, doesn't it, at the moment, like we're kind of stuck in this perpetual stalemate. How do we actually judge impartially right now who is gaining the upper hand?
Well, I think obviously US has the upper hand because, you know, US economy, it's not dependent on the Strait of Hormuz. Actually, not any too much export, oil exporting is through the Strait of Hormuz or any importing essential goods through that route. And militarily, US is in a stronger position right now. So before the escalation, they reduced the vulnerable personnel, strengthened their regional air defense, and Iran couldn't impose too much decisive military damage on US forces. But on the other hand, Iran suffered big damages. For example, the US almost destroyed their navy, and many major military sites and command facilities and missile launchers have destroyed. So tactically and militarily, United States has the upper hand right now.
Yes, it's interesting, isn't it? Because in the one sense, you talk about the differential in size and scale of the military, but I think many people around the world have been surprised at Iran's ability to weather the storm and to, you know, I think even people in the US have been quite surprised at just how they've been able to frustrate the US, and it's not been anything like as straightforward as the US originally planned. I mean, do you think that this is something that the US should have anticipated? Because in some senses, Iran has sort of almost grown in public opinion around the world as a result of this conflict, which is something that I think many people wouldn't have predicted before this began.
I do not think so. I think it's just propaganda. You know, actually, the regime, I think, scares too much from being overthrown. So I think their end game right now is survival. You know, their most fear, I think, right now is that maybe this operation of US is going to be resulted in, again, Iranian people rising against them. You know, back in January, millions of Iranians were in the streets and protesting peacefully against the regime. But the regime has killed over 40,000 of innocent people in the streets. And they think maybe right now, if this operation continues and their government weakens again, maybe it...
Yeah, I think we've just lost our guest there. Siavash, can you hear me? Okay, I know we've just got you back there. Siavash, thank you very much for that. We were just talking about the difference there between the protests before the war began and then afterwards. One of the differences that I thought was particularly interesting was there were, as you say, many people protesting in the streets against some of the policies of Iran before the conflict. One of the effects of the conflict demonstrably has been many people out in the streets clearly protesting their support of the Iranian government. So it'd be difficult to argue that the effect domestically that America has caused has been one of, you know, causing discontent with the regime. If anything, it's bonded together, and there's more support now for the Iranian government than there was before. Isn't that the case?
Well, I think it's not accurate, because, you know, those people that right now are in the streets and marching and chanting like for regime, they are not the same people that were in the streets back in January. Those people that were in the streets, those were ordinary people, Iranian ordinary people. They demand for a normal life as other people around the world. But these people, these are just...
Siavash, sorry to butt in. Are the people who then support the government and are happy with the government, are they not normal people too? Are they not normal people as well?
Yeah, I was talking about that.
Okay, we've lost you again. Siavash, thank you very much.